welcome to the April 14th English class. I hope you are all having a good time, whether you're at school or at home. I wonder how many of you are still staying at school at this moment. But it seems the coronavirus hasn't gone away from our world, so let's hope it gets better soon. So, today, let's get right into our class today. So today we're going to talk about a word in English that you might have heard of called procrastination. Have you guys heard of, or any of you know this word? Procrastination. It's spelled as P-R-O. Procrastination. It is a super long word. Now, you can take a look at this word and see if you know this word. Anyone know what it means? Okay. If you don't, it's okay. Procrastination is a psychological related term that people use nowadays to describe how some people have specific social behaviors or self-awareness behaviors. Basically, to procrastinate, or the word procrastination means to put off or to postpone something that you're supposed to do. Now, for example, our class log. Maybe you know you need to do the class log, but you always say to yourself, it's okay, the video is there, I can do my class log another time. I don't want to do it tonight, I want to do it tomorrow night. And then you find the next night, you'll be sitting there and be like, oh yeah, I need to do the class log. You know what, I want to watch drama first, and then after that I'll do the class log tomorrow. And in this kind of like situation, it just continues, and you just try to push back the day for yourself to finish your class log. Does this sound familiar to you? Does it sound like something that you've been doing or you are trying to do? Now, it doesn't have to be schoolwork or homework. Some people are totally okay with that. Sometimes it's about things that people ask you to do. For example, your mother. Maybe your mother will say, hey, John, remember to mow the lawn. Or, John, do the dishes, right? And you'll be like sitting there in a couch like a couch potato, and you're thinking, I'll do it 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. And then before you know it, the dishes are still there, right? Nothing gets done. That's procrastination. So alongside our word today, we have an article from New York Times. Okay, it's an online article. So I'll be sending you guys the link to the article, the reading article. And there's also a video, a TED video, T-E-D, a TED video that we are also going to attach to this lesson today. And you guys can take a look at the reading and watch the video. So now let's take a look at the reading article first. So click at the link below to get into the reading article. Now, if you quickly scroll down the reading article from New York Times, you will be able to see, wow, it's pretty long. Actually, it's pretty long to read. Right, but I think it's an interesting topic because everyone does it. No matter your race or the color or your gender, man or woman, girl or boy, everyone does it. Procrastination, putting things off. So before we go into the article itself, let's take a look at some keywords. Now, I'd like you guys to find these keywords in the reading, okay? And I'd like you to also write down the meaning of these words in your class log. You can write down the English meaning or you can write down the Chinese meaning, either way. Whichever way makes it easier for you to learn better. Okay, so first of all, I'd like you to find the word rational and irrational. rational, irrational. And the opposite word for this is emotional, which means what? Like you get angry very quickly, 情绪化, right? So what do you think rational or irrational means? The second word is a little bit more difficult. It's etymology. Etymology, it's a study of language, the origin of language, okay? Derived from. You will also see this in the news article. Self-awareness. This is a very easy, understandable word, but in psychology, it's actually not quite so easy to do. Self-awareness basically means like you know what's happening around you. You are nervous, you are sensitive, you are aware of it. This is called self-awareness. So at times like now when we've been like attacked by the coronavirus, do you have the self-awareness to protect yourself? If you do, you probably wear masks and stay home. So I guess a lot of you guys are probably doing that, which is good, okay? Next word, consequence. This word, some of you may have seen it before in high school. It's a high school word, I'm sure. Consequence. And bias. Bias. If you take a look at the article, this is probably in the third or fourth paragraph, you'll see this word bias. Bias is a good word. Basically, this procrastination is a kind of psychological cycle where you go through a bias. What we mean by that is you would talk to yourself and you will say, yeah, I need to finish my homework. But the other self says, you know what, it's not that important. I can do it tomorrow, right? Do you feel like that sometimes? Maybe when you actually tapped on this video today, you were going through that phase also. Oh, I need to watch the English video today. Now, I can watch drama first and then come back to the video for English class. I think maybe a lot of you are going through that psychological thing now. Okay, next keyword is boredom. This is a noun for a word that most of you know and even little children know, boring. It is a noun for boring. Resentment. Resentment is also a very psychological or social behavioral based word. Resentment can also mean complaints, like you feel unhappy about your life, you're angry about people, you're often depressed. We call that a form of resentment. Vicious. Vicious is an adjective which stands for something that is very aggressive, or in English we also say fierce. Fierce, you may have seen this word before. The next is a phrase, and this phrase is to put off. To put off something means to postpone something. And if you really don't know what postpone means, it means like you try not to do something, 延迟. Like, for example, today you should take a shower, right? You're like, I didn't go out, I don't want to take a shower. Okay, that is called put off. Chronic, long-term, destructive, and ironic. So look up these words now.